accidentally clinched the dual victory for Michigan over Ohio State last Friday night, will match up against the upstart freshman Saldate of Michigan State.
This is interesting. Saldate was one of the higher recruited guys here that Michigan State has brought in over the last few years, and a guy like Juan, really good here, and he's got a beautiful single leg finish here. He's able to get Saldate to jump up in the air, and a nice trip for the takedown.
Lewan starting off a lot more offensive. Lewan 4-1 this season, 3 decisions, 1 tech ball. Last Friday, he claimed the dual meet win for Michigan over Ohio State with the W over Elijah Cleary in extra time.
Guys, give me a nice little
for Saldate, he is 4-2 this season. The freshman from Gilroy, California. 3 shutout wins this season. Wins over Elijah Cleary, Matt Ortiz, and Javon Parrish of Nebraska.
Yeah, good work by Saldate. They see if Luan is pretty good with Matt returns right there, but they're going to go ahead and give the intentional release. So always a good sign when you give up that early takedown in the match, where you can get a good, quick answering escapes in under 15 seconds, or in this case, just right at 15 seconds. But it just keeps you flowing and moving, and sometimes it takes the lid. When you see the ball go in the basket right there in basketball, sometimes you get that early takedown and early escape. It opens up the match in a nice way here, where both guys really start flowing and hitting their shots.
Well, for Saldate, California state champion, finished his senior season 53-0 as a top-ranked wrestler. His high school coach, Daniel Cormier, outstanding wrestler from Oklahoma State, and also UFC light heavyweight and heavyweight champion. And incidentally, Saldate spent some time working at American Kickboxing Academy, wrestling with former UFC lightweight champion, the undefeated Khabib Nurmagomedov as well.
I don't care whether it's being around the wrestling greats or greats in other sports. I mean, just MMA, very similar to with wrestling. Our wrestlers do very well in that sport, and Daniel Cormier is a classic example of that. Enjoy his commentary when he's doing the fights. I got to watch him several times here wrestling for Oklahoma State back in the day. But you're around stallions like that approach, and things just rub off. The intangibles seem to just go ahead and rub off on these young guys, and you see it, and it's really cool to be able to duplicate that and bring it into your competitive style. It's all the exposure you can get around winning athletes, the better off you're going to be.
Roger Chandler, the head coach of Michigan State, told us about Saldate that he expects to be the best, and he anticipates that Saldate could very well be an All-American this season. But he said the one thing that he's focused on is to make sure that he knows how to finish matches against top-ranked guys. The losses for Saldate this season, 6-4 in sudden victory to Kendall Coleman, and a 5-4 narrow loss at the hands of Minnesota's Brayton Lee. But both guys are ranked in the top 10.
Yeah, it's what he likes to do. Nice job of keeping position. And Luan is one of those guys, 10th ranked in the country, but he got there just by being a tough out.
Luan, much like Dylan Ragusin, a Montini Catholic product from Chicago, he wrestled under Izzy Martinez. Won an Illinois state title as a junior at 145, did Will Luan. 2-1 as we head towards the second period. 9-6 Michigan leading Michigan State in this in-state rivalry. We are in our 5th match here at 157.
Listen, give me a nice pause, guys, all right? Bottom man set.
And Coach Sean Gourmet told us when it comes to Luan that he should be competing for an NCAA championship this year. He's tough as nails, does everything right, but the one item that they're focused on with Luan is putting more points on the board.
Yeah, I think that's just basically luck. A lot of came back from last week's performance, and understandably, there's nice escape there by Saldate. 2-2 score, riding time not a factor. Advantage for Luan because he has an opportunity to go underneath and get the escape. So it's still up to Saldate to go ahead and get to a corner here. Don't get tied up too much in these positions.
Luan, an NCAA qualifier last year, 5th place at the Big Ten Championships, a 2020 second team All-American.
And I think Sean Gourmet just wants to get these guys more competition. There's just going to be not very much, competing your way into shape this year, this season. So it's whatever you can recreate in the wrestling room, competitive situations. There's a half shot there by Saldate, and then the counter shot there by Luan. We saw how he was able to bring his hips in and get a nice trip again. Now a roll through attempt by Saldate.
Good scramble there between these two. We're still deadlocked at 2 apiece with under 50 seconds to go in the second period. Michigan is 4-1 this season, wins over Rutgers, Indiana, Ohio State, Maryland. Michigan State 2-4 this season. They lost 2 straight.
No
He
control.
sat there and take a look at what he needs to do. He did exactly that. He sealed his chest to that leg, attacked the far leg, and it wasn't able to get to it, but he got to his feet and hit the nice sweep.
2 big points for Will Lewan, the redshirt sophomore.
What was beautiful about that sweep is he was able to execute it while Saldate was up in the air. Just kind of almost kicked a 40-yarder right there and just knocked Saldate to his rear end there. But beautiful finish. He's got a nice single leg finish. It's just that, like Sean Mohamed was talking, he just needs to get in there on that shot more often.
And that'll conclude the second period, 4-2. The edge going to the number 10 ranked Will Lewan.
Yeah, see up there, the roll through situation. Good job by Saldate. At this point in time, he's got to square his hips up a little bit better. But now, see how the chest is sealed through, the hips come in, and a nice job of sweeping that leg out.
That was just gorgeous there.
Yeah, I think he did it. Most of it happened right there when he sealed his chest of the leg and then brought his hips in, brought his hips to the party there a little bit, and a nice easy sweep.
We've just started the third period. Will Lewan in front of Chase Saldate, 4-2. Michigan leading 9-6 in this in-state dual meet, the rivalry, and a good escape there by Will Lewan as he extends his lead to 5-2.
Saldate finds himself in a bad way right now against a guy that doesn't come out of his stance very much, and it's also pretty difficult to get to the low shot on him. He hasn't been able to attack below the knee.
Well, Will Lewan is just an overall well-rounded wrestler.
Yeah, he's pretty basic, but he does, when he does get on these shots, he's been 100%. So
Work through that.
Feel that it's focus on the fundamentals. Everything else will fall from there.
yeah, he's good, solid job here. One of the things you can do when you're trying to hold a lead is grab a 2-on-1. Yeah. If you want to stay free, it was a nice job of coming over the top and snapping the arms down. And now he's in a good position to be able to measure Saldate's shot. He's right in the middle of the mat, not getting pushed around.
The only blemish on the record of Will Lewan was the loss at the hands of Penn State's Brady Birch on Sunday.
Yeah, Brady just went after him at the last 45 seconds of the match. Didn't settle for overtime and was able to finish the shot. Nice job of sheltering that leg, hips in right there, chest sealed to the leg. Another beautiful finish. And every time you see that, you go, gosh, if he could shoot 3 or 4 more times like that, he could really roll up the points against some good guys. Got a great finish.
Jim, dare I say this could very well be for Lewan. He's looking to make this a statement, especially after his narrow loss to Birch on Sunday.
Yeah, good point, Ray, because he's just it's a different guy out here right now. He's getting his attacks off early.
And that ends the match. Will Lewan victorious, elevating his record to 5-1. Saldate falls to 4-3 this season. Those are 3 big points for Michigan. Will Lewan improves his record to 5-1. The redshirt sophomore